When you stop thinking, something still knows. When you stop seeking, something still is. That something is not you. It is what has been watching you all along. The mind believes it's the doer, but awareness never moved. It simply observed the entire play of becoming. This is the final teaching. Not another revelation to add, but the end of the one who was collecting revelations. You are not the one who awakens. You are the awareness watching awakening happen. There is an ancient silence before every sound. That silence is the origin. It existed before your first breath and will remain after your last. You have called it God, presence, truth, light. But in its own stillness, it has no name. Joel Goldsmith called it the infinite invisible, the awareness that does not speak, but through which all speech appears. Look closely at your own life. The body moves. The emotions rise and fade. Thoughts appear like clouds and vanish like mist. But behind all of it, something remains. You may call it I. You may call it being. But even those words are ripples on its surface. This silent witness is not a person. It is not bound to your story, your successes, or your suffering. It watches all of it, without attachment, without judgment, without effort. Imagine standing at the edge of an ocean. You see endless waves forming and dissolving. You may call one wave joy, another pain, another fear. But the ocean is untouched by what its surface does. That is what you are. You are not the wave, you are the ocean of awareness itself. When this realization deepens, something extraordinary happens. Life continues exactly as before, but the burden of me disappears. There is movement, but no mover. There are thoughts, but no thinker. There is living, but no one living it. Goldsmith said, "When personal sense is gone, the infinite takes over." That line is not philosophy, it's freedom. When you stop claiming ownership of thought, a higher rhythm begins to move through you, the same rhythm that makes stars spin and rivers flow. You begin to feel life breathing itself. The mind tries to imitate this with control, but control always ends in exhaustion. Letting go is not weakness, it's alignment. Now listen carefully. You are not being asked to believe this. Belief still belongs to the mind. You are being invited to look right now at the space in which this voice appears. You are not the listener. You are the awareness that hears both sound and silence. That awareness has never been born. It never grew up, never aged, never dies. It simply witnesses the coming and going of form, like the sky watching clouds drift by. When awareness sees itself, it needs nothing else. It doesn't chase enlightenment, it is enlightenment. It doesn't crave peace, it is peace. The mind wants a story. Awareness offers none. It gives no promises, no goals, no next steps, because there is nowhere else to go. You can stop now. Everything you have ever sought is here, in this quiet seeing, right where you are. You might ask, but how do I live after seeing this? You live exactly as before, but from freedom, not from fear. You eat, you work, you love, but you no longer identify as the eater, the worker, the lover. You are the space in which all doing happens. This is the greatest paradox. Nothing changes, yet everything changes. The light you are doesn't destroy the world. It reveals it. The silent witness isn't cold or distant. It's the purest form of love. Love without attachment. Love without demand. Love without object. It sees itself in everything. In pain, in joy, in strangers, in stars. When you look from this stillness, every person you meet becomes a reflection of your own face. Every sound becomes the voice of the infinite. Every breath is a prayer that needs no words. Now, let everything go. Even the idea of awareness, even the thought of I am, even spirituality, let it all dissolve. What remains is not emptiness. It is fullness beyond description, a fullness that has no boundary, no direction, no end. This is the final seeing, not the mind seeing something, but the end of the mind altogether. Be still, not to become calm, but to recognize you already are. Be silent, not to suppress noise, but to notice the silence that holds it. Be here, not as a person in a moment, but as the moment itself. Now let this sink deeply. The world moves in the eye of awareness. The eye never moves, but everything it looks at dances. You are that eye. You are that still center around which creation turns. You are the unseen axis of all that appears. You were never seeking God. It was God seeking itself through you. So when the noise of life returns, don't resist it. Let it pass through your seeing. Let it be witnessed by what cannot be touched. Do not fight the storm. Be the sky that holds it. Every sound, every event, every person comes to remind you who you are. The silent witness behind all of it. In this final space, even teachings dissolve. Even Goldsmith's words fall silent, because what they point to can never be spoken. You are not a student anymore. You are not even a teacher. You are the silence from which both arise. And now, let the stillness speak. I am not the body. I am not the mind. I am not the story of me. I am the space through which it all flows. I am the seeing that sees even the light. I am the silence that was never born. This is the end of becoming, and the beginning of being. If this truth resonates, if something inside you recognizes its own reflection in these words, know that it's not coincidence, it's remembrance. The awareness you hear now is your own voice, calling you back to what you never left. Comment I am the silent witness below. Share this message, because the world doesn't need more seekers. It needs more seers. And you are one of them.